Hello, everybody, and welcome. Let me just get myself situated here, waiting for everything to load up. Hello. All right, we're going to give people a few minutes to get in here, but I'm going to get started soon. I don't want to make this video too long, and we have a lot of things to do today. So for today's Junk to Treasures, what I did is I took a canvas. You guys can see it's been used. I did an acrylic pour on it a while back when I was trying out acrylic pouring, and I didn't really like this particular canvas too much. It was kind of like all over the place, so I decided to kind of go over it. I didn't gesso it on the first layer. All I did was basically collage it, and I just cut up a few pages from just like a regular book, and then I adhered it with decoupage matte medium. Hello, Sassoon. Hello, Ada. How are you, love? So I went ahead and did that before I started. That way I can just get into the, the fun stuff, which is actually making this canvas come to life. So after I did the collaging on it, it just basically covered the whole thing up with some papers. I just cut them up into strips and then just kind of laid them all in there. Hello, Julia. How are you, love? Then I went ahead and I added my DIY gesso. Now my DIY gesso, I made it with a mixture of baby powder and cornstarch because that's the only one that I found. They didn't really have any of the regular baby powder, which is the one that I actually like, because this one, when it dries, it doesn't dry bad. But when it does dry, it kind of like has a porcelain feel to it, which is fine for the most part. But it's not something that I was really used to, so I didn't really like it. Now I'm getting used to it, so I like it a little bit better. Plus, the way that it is, you kind of have to add a little bit of water to kind of thin it out a little bit because it's really thick. But what I will say that what I did kind of notice and what I did kind of find from drying it, and I noticed this today, even though I've been using this for quite some time now, is that it leaves this awesome texture behind, almost like a wood grain. So I'm going to do some experimenting with this because I think that this mixture of like the cornstarch with the glue and all of that, I think that we can make like a makeshift kind of paste that when you lay over your surfaces and you like air dry it, you'll create like all these different little effects. And what I do is that I usually heat it up until it forms a little bubble, and then I'll just flatten that bubble out and then dry it up a little bit more, so that it's nice and sturdy there. But you get all kinds of fun, like little textures. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. And then you get a lot of cracking into it, which is pretty cool. It doesn't lift like the regular, crack mediums do, that they'll actually lift up some of the paint. This one doesn't really lift so much as it does just give you like those really cool grooves. So I thought that was really interesting. So you guys, today we're going to be working with a little bit more of my stencils. I've gotten word already that my supplies are on the way. I've been waiting for them to actually, they gave me the tracking number at the beginning. But everything is kind of crazy and chaotic. So obviously we have to have patience during these days and these trying times. So I've been patiently waiting and creating in the meanwhile. So my supplies are set to arrive soon, within this week. So hopefully by next week, I'll be able to open officially. So you guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some new sneak peeks, something that you guys already saw, which was the stencil and the Tattered Angel. You guys knew I had to work with that right there. I just had to. But something that I added new to the mix are my jumbo gears, you guys. Now, I know that there's a whole bunch of gears, all different styles, all different ways. I made mine just a little bit different, and mostly I wanted them to be large because we can get the smaller gears, like we have dies. I know I have like cutting dies and stuff like that to get like the smaller gears, because the machine really doesn't do too well of a job when it comes to cutting those little tiny little grooves. But in bigger size, much better situation. So I've got two different sizes. Well, actually I got several sizes. So I'm going to show you. I only made 3 for right now, just to share with you guys and to work with. I only cut out 3 different designs. So we have this one. So like I said, they're a little bit different because they're, they kind of go with my whole kind of alien-y type of weird kind of vibe that I got going on over here. So they're a little bit different. But I still wanted them to look like gears because otherwise how are you going to know what they are? So yes, this is book pages. All I did was cut up like I think there's like 3 or 4 pages, and then I just cut them into like 2-inch strips, so like 1.5-inch strips, and then just glued them all over the place. It didn't really matter which direction. Like I got words coming this way, going this way, and then I just not gessoed, decoupaged over the pages, dried that layer, and then I went into it with my DIY gesso, which you guys know it's just baby powder and glue, a little bit of white paint, and a little bit of water depending on how thick you want it. Usually I like to leave mine a little bit on the thicker side because I could always thin it out, but it's harder to, you know, make it thicker once you thin it out if you don't have enough material. Yes. So I'm like loving these gears right now. So as soon as I made them, I'm using these today. So we have this one. So it still has a little bit of familiarity when it comes to like looking like gears. And one is like a little bit bigger than the other, but I wanted them to make them rather large. I might make them even larger. So we'll see how that kind of goes. But I wanted basically to have that kind of like, you know, something a little bit different. Here's the big one. So we have the same one as these 3. And then I cut them out as well smaller. So we have smaller sizes as well. But still pretty large for, you know, a chipboard of a gear. And that's the awesomeness. I can make them any size that I need them. And since I like to work with larger scale things, it kind of gives me that freedom to do so. So yay. All right. So we have the gears. And here's another thing that I did because I'm like, okay, I have gears, but I need something else other than gears. So I did 2 different things. One of them is like a working prototype. I'm going to see how it kind of works for me today. And if I like it, I might change up a few things about it because it's very basic how I did it. But I'm going to show you that in a minute. In a second. So the other thing that I did is because I'm like, I got jumbo gears. I need like jumbo screw tops, like the top of a screw. So that's basically what I did. I made myself a whole bunch of screw tops. And I figured this is from the original design. This is the new design with the little square cut out in the center. So we have a few different sizes. I try to make them, I think it was like in 4 different sizes. So we have all the way from like 1 inch to 1.5 inches, or is it 1.5 inches, 2 inches, 2.5 inches, and 3 inches. I think that's how I did them. So we can kind of like put these in different places. And super basic, but at the end of the day, I mean, if it serves a function. So I thought that was pretty cool. So we're going to be using some of these. And you'd be surprised how many of them I could cut out in a 12x12. Like I was like, wow, that's a lot. And then the other thing that I call my cosmic pipes, obviously, because again, I'm kind of mixing worlds here. So I thought, I'm thinking to myself, like, how would pipes over there look? Wherever over there is. So I made these. These are like the centers. So I kept them because I figured I can use these to like make additional pipes, right? They work for the screw top. So I might somehow change this up a little bit and incorporate that in there. This is what was left over. So we'll be using those somewhere down the line. So these are like my cosmic pipes, you guys. Don't laugh. I think they're kind of quirky. They're kind of fun. So it's basically very simple. And I made them in different sizes so that if you're going to frame something out, you have all these different ovals like in different sizes. Because I'm thinking, I'm like, in a place like that, that's like outer spacey, you would have like steam running through pipes. Like you wouldn't still be depending on some of the stuff that we're dependent on. You guys would be at a different level. I mean, most likely they don't even have pipes. The thing is just like floating from one section of the building to the next. But I figured, I'm thinking about like a science lab, and I'm thinking about like those glass, those beaker things or whatever they're called. So I'm thinking about that. And I decided to make like these bubbles here because I'm like, I could do this underwater and make them like there's water flowing through there. Or I can paint them solid and make it look like they're actual pipes and add some texture maybe on these little sections here and do something different like that. So yeah, that's what we have. So we have a whole bunch of different ones. These are just doubled up. I just doubled up the series. I think there's like 6 of them. There's either 6 or 8. I'm not sure, but there's like 6 of them, I think. 6 different ones, and then I just doubled them up and got a whole page because I don't want to waste cardboard. So these are like my cosmic pipes, and I figured we could put them together like this, and then we can use our little screw tops to kind of hold them in place. So like, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen here, you guys. I have no idea. So we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna glue everything down. I'm gonna make today's canvas super, super simple. I'm gonna do some stenciling in the background, and I'm gonna glue everything flush down, and then I'm gonna go over with some metallics, this and that, and see what we get. And I also have a little box of goodies in the bottom that has all kinds of different stuff that I can glue on so that I can kind of paint over, and we'll see where we go. If I want to add you know, more dimension. So this is what we're gonna do first, is basically go ahead and do some stenciling here and there, and just add a little bit more texture than what I'm gonna have with that. I have no idea how I'm gonna be placing her yet. So for right now, we're just gonna kind of figure that out. We're gonna wing it. We are going to wing it for a little bit. Okay. All of my spatulas are like dirty because I've been too busy on the computer and not as busy with the brush and all the other stuff. So it's so loud. So he's like, that's right, girl. You've been stuck for the past couple. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, you guys. And I'm super excited. So I'm like smiling the whole way through. All right. So let's see. So I'm just going to go ahead and just stencil this down. And I'm using my DIY gesso, which is thick enough that I can kind of add this in. And I haven't cleaned this gesso either. I have a lot of crafty dishes to do. So how's everybody doing? Hopefully this isolation will be over soon. We'll be getting back to some kind of functioning order. But in the meanwhile, I'm glad to be able to be home and glad to be able to be doing this today with you guys. Everything's good in Florida. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hopefully everything keeps going down the way that it's been. I know we're far from out of the woods, but hopefully we stay on this nice decline. And you see, this is like, if you've ever tried to make like cold porcelain clay, then you'll know exactly the texture that I'm talking about. Once you mix that that starch with that glue, you get such a velvety kind of texture. Even when you're making a paste out of it, it's so velvety. And like all the details kind of smooth over. So it's kind of weird. It creates like its own little natural curves, even on straight edges. Okay. But it still dries pretty quick compared to the other pastes. Let's just add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Let me add a little bit right here. Yes, right? It's cold over here, though. It might be beautiful over there in Florida for you, but here in New York, it is cold, cold, cold. It actually snowed the other day. I was like, I know. This is crazy now. I woke up to snow like in the middle of April. Like, what? Who does that? Where they do that at? I don't ever recall having snow that far into April before. I think I remember one summer when it snowed for like a few hours and then it stopped snowing. That was like a long time ago. I was a little girl. Huh? It was frozen rain, whatever. It felt like snow to me. I was little. I was cold. I was like, Mommy, what happened? The sun out no more. But that was like one time that I recall. All right. I really do like the consistency of this paste. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I might just start using the one with cornstarch for the paste and use my regular baby powder for the gesso because it does give me a different texture. And again, this is baby powder mixed with cornstarch and lavender. So it smells good and it's velvety soft. So let's see. Got that out. Yes. And this starts to air dry rather quickly because, you know, cold porcelain is what we make air dry clay with. So it starts to kind of air dry really fast. But I'm just going to add a little bit here and a little bit there, I think. Just a little bit more maybe. I don't think I'm going to do the whole thing though because I'm going to start taking some off. I don't want the whole entire square pattern to show. So I'm going to take a little bit more off of over there. I just want a little bit here and a little bit there. Do something. Let's see. Well, maybe I don't need to do nothing. I was gonna scrape some off, but actually I kind of like the way that it looks like that with a little bit in and a little bit off. So let's do the other part. Let's do the other part. Okay. You guys, I haven't been this excited to craft in a while. This is like refueling my creativity, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because the minute that I create it because I envisioned some kind of project with it. So the once that I produce it, that I have it in my hand, I'm like, I gotta do it. So this is like good therapy for me in both ways. Okay. Just do that. Lift that baby up. Okay. About as much of that as we're gonna do right now. Let's dry it up. And you can tell that it's dry because the gloss goes away. What color medium will you use today? Good question. I have no idea yet. Any suggestions? I'm open to suggestions. I never pick up my color scheme right away. At least, usually I don't, unless I'm like really gung-ho about a certain thing that I just can't get out of my head with certain colors before the... You meant medium or you meant medium? Because I understood it if you said medium. I understood it as medium. But I'm just super stoked to be like working with my own pieces. It's like so, oh my God. I can't describe the feeling. And I want these to pop off, like to pop up, puff up. And I want to be able to press them down so that I can get more of that added texture. I want it to look almost like rusty pipes. So I want to hopefully get them to kind of rise up a little bit so I can press them back down. That way when I go add some of the other colors over it, it'll pick up a different kind of grain. There we go. When you puff up your paste like this, you have to be really careful because you literally do run a risk of basically what ends up happening is that you compromise the gel, you know, or the medium. So you have to be really careful because for the most part, well, it's gonna stick to that, huh? Use my finger. For the most part, what's gonna end up happening is that you're gonna create an opening where water can seep in and other things can seep in once you're using other mediums over it. So I would advise that if you do this, that you also pass a layer of either matte gel or something, or another layer of gesso over it, so that it doesn't interfere and it protects the bottom layers. But I try to pre-plan a little bit. Oh my God, my tongue today. Pre-plan a little bit. A lot of tongue twisters tonight. What happened? A few of them, a few of them. Well, I'm saying a few tongue twisters tonight. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. I'm trying to see if I get that out of mind. The Spanish is really trying to take over today. All right, so let's see. So I'm just gonna puff these up and then kind of just squish them down. You can leave them puffed up, and for the most part, sometimes they'll stay like that depending on the paste that you're using. Some of them don't work that well, and they'll kind of fall apart, but some of them will stay nice and puffy. I don't know if you guys can see that. Again, because I use because I use the cornstarch baby powder, this starts to dry immediately. The minute that you start laying it out, it starts to dry. And it has such a smooth coating on it, like it's so smooth. And it smells like lavender when you warm it up. Good night, Julia. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Lizzie. How you doing, love? And you're not intruding. Okay, let's see. Let me try to flip this baby over. But can you guys see like how it's all raised up? It kind of looks like a game board a little bit. Like it gives me that vibe too. Yes. So this is pretty dry. Honestly, it's pretty dry. At least it feels like that, which is a little bit, tricky. So, since it does have like that very smooth kind of texture over it, it can feel dry in the top and be totally wet in the bottom. So I'm gonna still try to see if I can puff them up. Okay. Puff it up a little. All right. I'm gonna leave that like that. So now to kind of figure out where I want what. So for this version, because there's gonna be another version that's gonna be coming out of her as well, a full body version that I'm gonna work on. That I'm working on right now. I just didn't have enough time to cut it out, and I wanted to use the bigger, you know, the bigger size. And I think this one fit actually really nicely for this size canvas. So she doesn't have the rest of her body. She only, you know, she's only from the top. So I don't know what it is that I'm going to use here, but I'm going to try to see what I have here that I can kind of figure it out and kind of add something for her. I'm kind of thinking that I want to alter this a little bit. Let me see. What can I do to this? What can I do to this? What can I do to this? There's no take backsies. I only have the one, you guys. So let's see. I need a pencil. I just had to, you know, sharpen it real quick with my with the blade. Yes, thank you, Lizzie. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Ada. So I know that this is her shoulder right here. Obviously, this is where her arm is. So I'm thinking that I can cut out. This is where her arm goes. And I can cut out right here so that I can string something through there. I want to give her kind of like a, I want to do some draping to give her like a dress, right? I don't want her to be out here, you know, naked and afraid. I need her to have clothes. I need her to have some kind of an outfit. And at the same time, I let you know also how you can work with yours when you get them. How you can alter them and make them fit your need. That's what they're for. All right, so I made a little hole there. I don't know why, because I'm going to drape something through there. Yes, I'm going to drape something through there. So let's see what I have. I have some toga string. I'm going to call it toga string for right now. And let's see. Let's see what we do with it. Maybe like this. Okay. Maybe. Okay, so let me leave that there. I need some fabric. What did I do with my fabric? You know what? I'm gonna go. This is junk to treasures, right? So I'm gonna use 2 of these baby wipes. We're gonna dry these up a little bit with the heat tool. Just gonna stretch it out and let's see if it works, because these are my DIY hand sanitizer wipes, so they have alcohol in them. So hopefully the heat doesn't make it go crazy. I've got water there just in case I hopefully not. Let's see. I know this is gonna affect things somehow because that can't withstand heat for nothing. But if I can at least dry this up. I can tatter it up, since she's a tattered angel, and kind of distress it and color it up, and instead of having to go all the way over there to go get some fabric, figured I can do this. And what I'm going to do with this, actually, I'm going to stamp this down. I'm going to stamp it out so that it has print on it, right? Because she's not just no ordinary tattered angel. She's You know, she got a little style to her. So we're just gonna embrace that style. And when you use your cleaning wipes, you can do stuff like this. You can dry them up, put them to dry, and then use them later. They're almost there. And they actually didn't fall apart, which I'm surprised. I was expecting for them to kind of shrivel up. But I guess they don't have that much plastic in them as I thought they did. Because these are the cheap ones. These are the dollar pack. Yeah, she's a cosmic tattered angel. She's somewhere from up there. We don't know where. All right. I'm trying to get this somewhat dry because I gotta stamp it out. And if I stamp it out while the alcohol's still on there, then it's gonna spread out all that ink everywhere. What's her name? I don't know yet. Oh, I started burning. Okay. I spoke too soon. Which I don't mind the burn at the end of the day. She's supposed to be tattered. I kind of expected that, to be honest with you. So let's go ahead and just kind of play with this a little bit. We're gonna figure out her name for her. She's gotta have a name. She's one of the ones that's going up next on the site, so I definitely have to give her a name. Okay, so let's put this down for a second. Let me grab my little bucket of stamps. I don't know. You want to give her a name? I don't know. Oh man. Oh man.
Let's call it.
Let's call her what?
Let's call it something.
She needs a name, that's for sure. She needs a name. Okay, so I'm gonna use this swirls right here. This is a Stamp Abilities. It's called Vintage Flourish 03. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to like stamp this out. I used the wrong one. Why did I use that one? You need what? Are you said a who? You need a what? He needs to stamp it. Like he is, right? That means I'm gonna have to stash it. I'm gonna have to stash it, you guys. I'm gonna have to stash it. I'm running out of places to put my stuff. He will find it and he will use it. I know. It doesn't stamp that much on this. To be honest, it's not grabbing the ink at all. Actually, I don't know if it's because it had the alcohol in it, or I'm using the old one, or what. Might be your stamp. Well, it's coming out a little bit. You can kind of see it. It's very faint. I'm gonna also add some distress ink to it, to the fabric, to give it some color, and hopefully that'll kind of set the mold for however else I'm gonna be using this. Okay, let's do this one. Let's do this one a little different. Let's see.
I like it.
You like it? Yeah. Where's the other Staz ink? Oh no. I know. I saw it. I just don't find it now. I saw he was responsible. But now I don't find it. I don't find it. Mystic Misty. Ooh, Mystic Misty. I like that. But let's marinate on it. Because after the canvas is done, you might not think of her so much as Mystic as more as something else. Uh-huh. That is the question. Ba 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 boom. Esto no está saliendo. I'm not gonna waste no more time with the inking because it's not coming out right. It's not coming out how I want it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add the ink to it, spray it up. Let's add some color. What colors? Let's try some of this. Thank you very much. Let's try some of this Lindy's Cockle Bell's Coral. I always have a hard time. Might be sassy. Yeah, right? Might be sassy. Let's see. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. And I need some. What do I need? Let me get some distress ink. Go on here, a little bit of this blue. You guys know I love blue, right? Blue, green. I use it a lot. I use it quite often. Oh, I found some more trims, so maybe I can use one of those. Let's see. Maybe some of the spiced marmalade. Again, I don't know what the heck is going to happen now. We're going to see. Let's spritz this baby again. Water reactive, right? Okay. So we have these. Let me get some paint. I like this one right here. It's Moss Pearls, kind of very light. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of rub that in there. Just different areas. And I'm using my finger as opposed to a brush because I don't want to put so much of it. I just want like little bits here and there. And we're essentially kind of making our own fabric in a way. Or at least trying to make it look like some kind of fabric, right? And I can clean up the mess too. Isn't that awesome? Let's go ahead and do the same thing to this one. And I think I got black somewhere, so I'm going to also spray some black on this. Just kind of adding paint on this baby wipe here and there. Using it to pick up the mess. A little bit more. Okay, let's spray this with a little bit of black. Just a little bit. I kind of like that. Maybe I need a little bit of gold or a little bit of something bright. So how about we add some glitter? And this is Gold Shooting Star. This is the Galaxy Glitter by Deco Art. So maybe I'll add a little bit of this gold glitter in there. Certain places. We don't know what's going to show. And we all know how awesome baby wipes are at catching glitter, right? That looks really weird and funky. So let's keep adding some more to the other side. And then we'll dry it up really quickly. That shouldn't take too long. It's not that wet. Well, maybe a different color. Let's go for some teal maybe. You guys know I love teal as well. This is Aqua Meteor and the glitter. I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna make one with the gold and one with that one, so at least when I'm putting them together, it's not so much of the same thing. So just gonna rub that in there. I need a little bit more. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's dry this up. And I at least want to see how this is going to look together so that I know that when it's time to put it together, everything is going to work. And then I'm just going to put these to the side and let them continue to kind of dry. Remember, she's supposed to be tattered, so we don't want her looking all cleanly and all of that stuff. Oh, you like teal as well? I love teal. I love me some teal. So I'm going to start. So I'm going to kind of put this there, and then I'm thinking that I can kind of drape this there. Bring it around through there. Feed it through the little opening here. Let's see if this works for me. Let's see. This kind of works for me. Something like that. And then I can put this in the bottom. Kind of something like that. Maybe I won't wrap it over that way. We'll see. I don't know if I like that over wrap. But I do like how that kind of looks. You know, once I get her all painted up and covered up. So I kind of like that. So, okay. So she's going to be the last thing that I'm going to add on here. Let me go ahead and take these things out so that I can put them to dry a little bit better. Put this over here. I'm going to clean my hands a little bit. Put those there because I don't know if I might need them. I'm going to incorporate this maybe to just give her a little bit of color. I don't think I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to use that one. I like the colors on that one a little bit better to go with that style of that little makeshift dress I'm making. Okay. So we have this. My hands are somewhat better. We don't know. We don't know. And Ada, don't forget when this video's done, and you know you can comment under the video. Don't forget to come back and comment since you've been here the whole time. That way I put you in there twice. Okay, so let's get the canvas. You have like unlimited access. He has unlimited access, you guys. All right, so I'm gonna turn my heat tool on, my little glue gun, and I'm gonna start kind of figuring out what I want to do. Well, let's see. I gotta put her down. Where is she? What did I do with her? Oh, she's right here. I gotta put her down. So I'm thinking she's gonna be somewhere up there, right? I've seen a lot of cool I'm trying to see if I can adjust her to make her look like you know, like that stamp that is like half a person. It looks very steampunkish, and it's got like mechanical everything, and then it's got like all these gears and different stuff in the bottom. Let's see if I can kind of makeshift make something similar to that. If I do, I might have to make some adjustments, which we'll see. We'll see how that kind of goes. Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. So put her there. And this isn't the vision that I originally had, but we're gonna see where all this goes. I have no idea right now how I want to do this. You can either use it to frame the whole thing, or you can use it how I'm trying to use it now. There's many different ways you can use it. That's the awesomeness of it all. Let's put that there. Get somewhere like that, maybe. I'm thinking that I'm gonna pop her up, and then that way I'll probably leave her wing flush and just have her up slightly raised. So we'll see. I don't know just yet. Maybe I can just have her like that. Maybe with a little bolt, with a little one. Somewhere here. Maybe that might work, right? How does it look? Let me see. I gotta look at the video to see how it looks. It looks a little weird. It looks a little weird, but she's gonna have a dress. So hopefully, maybe with all of this draped over her, maybe she won't look so strange. She's like one of those little rolling people. We'll see. I have no idea, you guys. That's the point of this, is like, you know, let that creativity kind of flow out and see what happens. So let me go ahead and glue these babies down. That's what I'm going to do right now. I have glue sticks upon glue sticks upon glue sticks over here because I want to make sure that they stay down. Although, yeah, I'm gonna do it this way, I think. Then I'm just gonna start adding them down. Pressing them down, pressing them into place. Oh, I forgot. Bend that over, bend that over. And look, I can wrap it around the sides. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can wrap it around the sides of the canvas too. Oh, I melted my plastic. Let's put the plastic over there. Okay, let's grab a few more. Maybe this thinner one up here. Yes, I have a bun on right now too, so I love buns. I spend most of my time in a bun. Not the cutest bun though, but I'm always in a bun. My hair is too long to just leave it out. And I have a big puff of it. I think I'm gonna do 2 of them there. Where am I? I think I'm gonna go 2 of them there. So they're all the same thickness, so you can connect them to each other, and you can create a frame. And as you can see, all the bubbles are a little bit different in size and in width. These are just some of the different ways that you can use them. And I think that's what's so amazing about it even more, is that I'll get to see what you guys actually end up doing with them after you purchase them, or at least for the ones that do share here and share like their projects and stuff like that. That's gonna be super fun. I'm so excited about that. Let's see. I kind of like that, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Some of the little ones. I need more. I need more of my screw tops. So here are the other ones. And I also saved some circles here in case I needed to like add a little something extra. So let's see. You can always add like a little center to it or something. It's too large. Okay, maybe I'll leave it like that. Let me add a few more, or at least one more of those strips there, so I can at least decorate that half of the canvas with these. Let's see. And again, I'm just going to wrap the rest of it over the other side. Let's see, what else do I have here? Let's get some of these big gears out and see how we're gonna put them all in. So, I think that. Okay, maybe not that one, because these kind of fit into each other in a way. So maybe something like that instead. this. Cut this like that. Cut her like this. I don't know how it did that. I guess for moving the stuff around. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Like somehow my mic and my screen. I'm here. I'm here. Somehow my mic and my screen went off. Wasn't there for long? I didn't even notice. All right, so I think I'm gonna glue these guys in the bottom. I'm gonna start putting these in the background so that I can start kind of gluing this whole background together. I think I'm gonna glue this one on top, actually. Kind of like how that one looks. And I haven't gessoed this yet. We'll see what I end up adding to it now. Okay, let's grab another glue stick. Now this one out. Okay. These glue sticks go so quick. Thank God Sasso noticed and told me. Otherwise, I would have been like, what happened? Okay. Let's see. I don't know if I should. Okay, so we have I need the other one of this, and I need to be able to put this down. Then Sassoon's dancing. So that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. See? It all works. It all works somehow. Somehow it all works. So let's just go ahead and do the other one. Now they went from screw top to valves. See? It all works. It all works. It all works together. I can do the top one. I know I have a circle here somewhere that I can use. So I have a smaller circle. No, I do not. Do I? I do. And now let's do this valve. All right, let me heat blast it real quick just so that I can flatten all that glue down. And then I'm gonna do my little quick 1, 2, 1, 2. And start painting this baby. All one solid color first, and then I'll start adding some of the metallic colors and adding some of the other colors as well. I feel like I need one more valve, like for this one, but I don't know. I don't know. This is supposed to help melt the little bee hairs too. That's what I'm really aiming for. Get rid of some of these bee hairs. All right. Hey, where's my outfit? If my outfit fell on the floor. Come back, outfit. I need you. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Let me go ahead and put all this stuff away. I'll put this back in my little bag over here. And I gotta look in that box and see if there's anything else that I wanted to add to this. Oh, I know what I wanted to add. Now I know what I wanted to add. Oh man, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do it with this one. I have a bag of roses there. The little tiny roses that I salvaged. And since this is junk to treasures, I pulled it out because I'm like, I've been having it for a while. It was like a little rose bush that I got at a thrifty store a long time ago. And the base that it had kind of broke off. So I salvaged all the flowers. It's these right here. And I've tried to use them on several occasions, but I never really get the chance to. And I kind of really want to use them. So let me see how I can incorporate these flowers with her and see if I can still kind of make it work. Oh, I forgot. I put all the gears away. I forgot about the thing. Will you use gesso first before? I don't think I'm gonna use gesso on this one, to be honest with you. I don't think I'm gonna gesso it. I think I'm gonna go straight into it. Her, I might gesso, but the background itself, I don't think so. These I might have to gesso, obviously, if I add them. So we'll see. I don't even know if I'm gonna like go into it. Every time I go use them, I say no. I think I'm just gonna pass these along. The next time that I send out a Happy Mail or something, I'm just gonna send them out with them. Every time I try to use them, I never really get the mojo to you know, work with it. So I keep putting it away. All right, let me cover this up because I do not need to kind of prick myself. And what are we gonna go for? What color? I want it to be grungy, but not too grungy. So let's start with a gray. I'm gonna start my base off with a gray. And this is also gonna work like kind of like a gesso for me because it's chalky finish paint. So it'll give me that nice kind of grit over it, but at the same time, it'll also kind of help seal everything. And I didn't glue any of these down, so these are all gonna kind of do their own thing. I'm okay with whatever thing it is that they want to do. If you don't like them doing their own thing, then by all means glue everything down. So no, I'm not gonna gesso it, not today. I'm trying to save a little bit of time, but at the same time using a product that I know will kind of give me the same result as if I gessoed it. Because I'm gonna have to gesso it, then dry it, then do it again. So I figured I would just do this instead. And this color that I'm using is Americana Decor, and it's a chalky finish, and it's called Yesteryear. So this is just gonna be like my base coat, like my base color, and then I'm gonna build from this. I'm also gonna add some stamping in there to some of those open areas. Right now, I just want to get this whole thing covered up. Actually, let me put this sideways so you guys can get a better view of how everything kind of looks. And hopefully you still have enough texture in the background that when I start rubbing in some of those metallic colors and really adding that grunge and everything else to this, that it'll all kind of show. Again, I didn't add the paper in the background because I wanted to keep the print. I knew that I was going to be covering everything up. That's why I didn't bother with doing the initial layer of gesso, because I knew I was going to have to add more afterwards anyway. So I just decoupaged the whole thing and then just dried it and then gessoed it to kind of give myself a little bit of a shortcut there. It might have like a little hint of blue, like a little hint, because it does kind of have like a little bit of that bluish tint to it. And this also dries really quick because it's chalky finish paint. It's a little different texture and consistency on it. And this is like a futuristic type of steampunk, but you know, at least that's the vibe that I wanted to go for. It was like a futuristic type of steampunk, or steampunk on another planet, however you want to put it. I gotta cover these because I put these all the way around. Normally, I don't even waste that much time with doing the sides on camera. Sometimes I'll do it off camera. Sometimes I'll just not do it. No, it does kind of have like a bluish tint because I see it on the camera as well. So that you're seeing is true to it, the color that you're seeing. It's supposed to be kind of like an antique-y kind of gray, I guess. But this should be a rather simple kind of canvas to put together. If you buy those pieces, it should be rather simple to kind of put together. Because we're not going to do too much. We're painting everything one solid color on the base. And I'm using chalky finish, but you can use whatever it is that you have. You can also gesso it, because this is basically my me gessoing it without gessoing it. It's basically what I'm doing it right now because of the texture of this paint. I'm going to need a little bit more. And I'm going to try to get some, I don't want to say smaller canvases, because really the whole point of me doing these chipboards is because I like to work on big canvases, like full-size canvases. But I am going to try to see if I can make maybe smaller versions for the purpose of demoing the style, the shape, and the ways that you can use it. So I think I might just do that for the sake of making the videos, and so that they're not so long, because I don't have that much surface to cover. Okay. So you see what I mean? Sometimes when you make those bubbles, they get compromised, especially once you start adding mediums. They'll feel really dry and sturdy. And the minute you start adding those mediums on there and you start passing that brush through there, forget it. Off it goes. Okay, so I think that's as good a coverage as I'm gonna get for right now. I didn't do all of the sides. And then we're gonna spray some colors on here. I think I'm gonna spray some of that black on here. We're gonna dry this up. So if you have chalky finish paint, then that'll be a good alternative. For me, it's a good alternative for gesso sometimes. Not on all occasions, but for something like this, it'll definitely work. I just love the smell of paint. And each paint has a different kind of smell to it, I noticed. I like the way that this chalky finish paint smells. It smells like the paint that they use in apartments. I don't know if that makes any sense. I know it's probably gonna sound weird, like Carmen, you like apartment paint. That's not what I mean. Yeah, you don't always have to when you're gonna be like, how can I put it? Like, it's a kind of like a catch-22. Once I'm adding this paint, then this in itself is a sealer because they put how they make the paint, you know, kind of becomes a sealer. This is why when we make homemade gesso, we'll add some white paint to it or whatever color paint because it's got a binder. That's what I mean to say. It's got a binder in it already. So basically, once I put all this paint down and dry it up, then that in itself is going to become kind of like the coat that I want. And since I'm going to add more colors on top of it, then I'm only going to be adding layer upon layer upon layer of acrylic. Under normal circumstances, you are going to want to gesso everything, especially if you have chipboards and you're going to be spraying, because you're going to obviously weaken your whole constitution, you know, of the creation that you're making. You're going to weaken the whole thing because you're going to weaken the paper. You're going to weaken everything. And it's going to take you a lot longer to dry as well because it's paper and it's absorbing moisture. So if you're going to be using sprays, then you definitely want to gesso it. If you're going to be using watercolors like by the bunch, then you're definitely going to want to use, you're going to want to gesso it first with real gesso, not just paint. But for something like this, that I'm mostly going to be on a drier level, I'm going to spray, but I'm not going to spray too much. I hope not. I always say that and do the opposite. I thought it would be okay. Like, it would be safe to do. So hopefully I'm right. And the paint, I don't want to bubble. So I want to keep this moving, so that the paint doesn't bubble. Now the girl, I'm going to see, I might just paint her gray as well because I don't want her to look human. She already has a human kind of feature, but I'm building her kind of like a machine. So I don't want her to have like a human color. So I think I'm going to paint her gray and let that be my gesso for that chipboard as well. And then I'm going to add other things to her and kind of give her accents that way. So hopefully it comes out really cool. I'm just making sure that I squeeze out any paint that might have got trapped under there. So if there's any paint bubbles anywhere, they kind of come out. All right, and that's pretty much dry enough for me. So, like I said, I am going to go ahead and spray this with some black really quickly. And I want it to have kind of like a grungy look, so I'm just going to kind of sponge this off a little bit. Maybe dry it up a little bit and then add another few sprays. I just want to make this look kind of grungy in the background. So really, really fast. And then do another layer. And I like those drips. like those puddles. I really like those puddles. So, and it doesn't happen all the time because of the way that it is. So I'm gonna take it wherever I can get it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing again and just kind of dab a little bit of that off. Kind of pick up some of that. Let me spray under here. I had to get under there because you can see white. So I had to spray under there. And just kind of do that. So you kind of see the effects that I'm getting. And dry. Okay. Let's see what else we add because we're gonna work on this background first. Do I want some of this? Is this gonna even show there? That's not gonna really show there. So let's grab some brown, and I'm gonna grab some teal because again, love teal. Why not? And I'm gonna start using my finger to kind of like apply this. Actually, am I gonna use my finger? Let me test out. I got this pack of like assorted makeup brushes for $2. It brings 20 of them. So I'm gonna try to see if I can. Maybe that'll work. And I like the shape of that because I can kind of. I like that triangle shape. Kind of makes it easy to kind of do it from this angle on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of paint here. I'm gonna do a little drop at a time and just kind of start adding that in there. And I'm just gonna kind of pick it up like so, and then just kind of see where it catches. And it doesn't have to catch all of it because I'm going to be adding other colors to it as well. So, oh, this is the glitter one. I was shaking the wrong one. They're the same color. That's what's awesome about it. Like, you can totally pair these up. This is the Peacock Pearl, and it goes perfect with the Aqua Meteor. That's what I like about Deco Arts colors. They always have like the perfect combination for the metallics, for the acrylics, for the chalkies, like for all of them. So that's that. And I know I'm getting some of this paint in other places. I don't care. The whole place is metal. It's like a whole machine. So it's okay for some of the paint to go onto the background itself. I'm going to use some of this to kind of go over these edges. Then we're going to go in with the brown. And I'm going to use the same sponge to go in with the brown because I'm not going to mess it up. And I'm going to use up this because I have it here, so might as well. All right, so let's go. Hello, hello, Monica. How are you, love? Let's go with this Dazzling Metallics and Rich Espresso. Normally, I will pull out my waxes, but since I want to move this along, I decided to use the paints today. I'll go in with a brush and add more details to these in a minute. Either with a brush or with a marker. I'm still kind of debating on how it is that I want to add the next layer of stuff. And I still have to do some stamping in here. But the stamping is minimal, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. The ones that I have are the Deco Art ones. I don't have any of the other brands waxes. I have to get, that's like my to-do list. On my to-do list is to get me some of those other waxes so that I can at least compare and know, because I get a lot of questions because I use the Deco Art ones so much. And I get a lot of questions about them all the time, but I could never answer those questions about comparing the two because they're, from what I understand, they're different. From the questions that I've asked other people about them, they're different in how they operate. So they look very similar, but they're very different. Like I think that the other one is not reactive to water, meanwhile the Deco Art one is. So I'm gonna fill up those holes with some brown. Well, at least that center hole. Let's fill that up with some brown. This goes this way. I'm like, how does this go? Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of whatever I have here on my sponge. Just kind of go over these edges again. Let me get a little bit more. Oh, you have? Yeah, everybody says that they like the Primo one. I've never tried it, so I have to see. I like watering down my metallic, so but I also would love the ability to use some of them and not have it move all over the place. So I think they're both beneficial in that aspect. Because like when you want to use like watered down color in a metallic kind of way, that definitely works for that. It gives you beautiful color. I decided to kind of go into it a little bit. With some of this brown. But I'll have to try it. I definitely gotta try it. Hello, hello, Tanya. How you doing, love? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I've just been working on this canvas. These are my new chipboards. These are the jumbo gears, which they're these right here. My jumbo gears and my screw tops. That's what I call them, screw tops, because I don't know what else to call them. And my screw tops, and we have different different gears that I created. We have different designs. And on a larger scale, because you guys know I like to create on a large scale. And the other one that I made that was big, I actually used the witches in there. But these are basically the designs that I have. And my cosmic pipes, this is what I call cosmic pipes. So that's what we're kind of working on. And I decided to use the cosmic pipes in this kind of way here, like arrange them a little bit different. The little parts that came out of the screw tops, I used them like little handles for the, you know, the valves. So far, so good. Okay, let's go ahead and add some stamping in here. This is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good. I want to add a different color. And let me see, what other color? Should I get some silver maybe? Do I have some silver paint? Yes, I do. Maybe some silver. So we'll have brown, teal, and then silver, because I painted the canvas gray with yesteryear, which is a chalky finish deco art paint. So I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know how liquidy this is, and hopefully it's still good enough. I don't know. Let's see. Does it even show? You can't even see it too much. Yeah, you can't even really see it. You can't really see it too much. So maybe I'll add a little bit more of the spray of the black. I'll do that instead. I'm gonna make it really heavy around here so it can kind of go down. Let's see. Let's see. Spray these little holes out. We still have to paint her. And I'm using my Tattered Angel today. Let's see. A little bit more on there. And then I'm going to pick a lot of that color up. I'm just allowing it to kind of travel throughout the whole canvas. So I'm just kind of tapping it, tapping it, tapping it. Then I'm going to pick up some of this color from some places. This side needs a little bit more. So this is coming along quite nicely, if I do say so myself. Let's add a little bit right around here. It's missing a little bit. This little spot right here. Maybe I can add a little bit of blue. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'll get a little bit of blue to make their gears pop out a little bit more. Some copper. Oh yes, copper. See, Ada, you know your stuff, girl. You know your stuff. Yes, we need some copper. And the closest thing to a copper that I have is this one. Is called Royal Ruby, but it looks like copper to me. So we're gonna use that. To kind of bring out some of the accents a little bit. Let's see what I have here. I have something that's called like burnished brass. I gotta see if I find it. Let me see. Let's see. So our angel. Hello, Carrie. No, you almost missed it, but not all the way. But yes, I did go ahead and share most of the pieces and stuff that I was gonna be using. So you can totally come back to the beginning after this is done if you want, and you can see all the pieces and stuff that I used in this canvas. But it's totally mixed media. Maybe if I close it up a little bit, you can see some of the shapes that I'm working with. Didn't that come out like super cool? I love that. Look how big that gear is. Love that. I don't think I've actually ever held a gear that big before, especially not to craft with. So let's see. Okay, so we're gonna be working on this soon, but I wanted to add some colors on here. So we have a little bit of turquoise, not turquoise, copper, which Ada suggested. So we're gonna go ahead and use a little bit of that. I'm gonna try to pick up a little bit only. Maybe I'll do it with my finger better. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna dab it on, actually. I'm gonna dab it onto like the bottom so that it looks like there's some kind of liquid in there. Maybe. Maybe there's some kind of copper fluid that is their power source. And this is what I mean by when I say that I make up little stories to kind of go with them, because you need, at least for me, I need to have some kind of story that makes it all make sense. So like if these bubbles are just like not for nothing. So I'm just gonna go like that. I'm gonna try to just put it on where the bubbles kind of are. And hopefully I don't get it too much onto the other parts of it. That kind of gives them their own kind of like identity by me kind of filling them in like that. And I am gonna go back into it and add more of that the turquoise color, the peacock. Yeah. All right. I know I'm doing something good if Monica like it. So I'm just gonna tap that in there again. I don't want to kind of get it over the gears, which is kind of why, since I didn't know exactly how I was gonna be laying them down, or if I was gonna be tucking anything in any other places, I didn't overfill them too much. I didn't over glue them down too much so that I have room to kind of like lift them up. And again, if you're using these cosmic pipes in a water scene, then you can make it look like there's water flowing through them. Or you can add little fishes inside of them, like they're little aquariums, little makeshift aquariums. I'm telling you, it's imagination all over the place. Yes, that's what happens when you watch a lot of cartoons when you're little. And if you ask that song, sometimes as an adult too, so shh, don't tell nobody. It's my dirty little secret. All right, so I kind of like that actually. I'm gonna try to kind of like highlight the pipes just a little bit, but like not too much, just a little bit, enough that you can see kind of like the silhouette. Right? Yes, it definitely is. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these pieces that I'm creating, but if I end up not keeping them, then I'm gonna add them to the store. Who knows where these canvases will go one day, right? Maybe after I'm no longer here, they're still lingering somewhere around there. Be like, who's Elemental Design? Be like, oh, this crazy chick from YouTube. What is YouTube? Okay, so let's go ahead and just kind of add a little bit of that in there. Again, just to kind of give it the slight resemblance that maybe there's some kind of liquid flowing through there. That's what I'm going to say that it is. That is some kind of liquid kind of flowing through there. And I really like how that kind of looks. So now I'm going to grab the green and just add a little bit more. Don't add too much of it. Yeah, we'll take the focus away from the name. Oh, yeah, I know. But you know me. Por más que digo que no, es sí. As much as I say no, it's always yes. Add more, add more. Yeah, I'm gonna try to and I'm gonna go back into with a little bit of the black too, just to kind of bring it back down a little bit, to tone it down just a little bit. I wanted to show, and that reacts a little bit different with the acrylics for some reason. So hopefully I'll get a nice kind of texture out of it too. Like I wanted to have a little bit of that blue, but I don't want it to be like too much. This is like a peacock, what is it called? Peacock what? Peacock pearl. And then okay. So with her, what I did is that I took a baby wipe, and I still have more gears that I have to do, you guys. Oh, yay. I took a baby wipe and I added paint to it, ink to it, even glitter to it. I added all kinds of stuff because she's supposed to be a tattered angel. So I need her to look, you know, disheveled. What? So I'm going to go ahead and add this in here somewhere and kind of give her like this Greek inspired type of ensemble that I'm going to somehow put together. We'll see how I put it together, but this is basically where this is going. So I'm gonna put this to the side. I'll add any other like things that I gotta highlight or things that I gotta spray after I get her kind of going, because I want to get her started. So again, what I'm gonna do with her is the same thing that I did with my canvas, which is give it a coat of this gray to start. Where is that piece of cardboard that I used? So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it that coat real quick and just paint her all solid. Again, I want her to be, I need her to be basically more robotic. I don't want her to look human. So I don't want her to have human complexion or anything like that. And I'm gonna be making her body out of these pieces here. So we're gonna see how this is gonna look, you guys. I have no idea how it's gonna all turn out. Oh yeah, it's not this, it's this and this. So I have no idea how this is gonna all turn out, but I'm gonna use the cosmic pipes and some of my screw tops to make her body, and some of the little these little cross things here, these little pipe connectors. That's what I'm calling them, pipe connectors. Originally they were just the centers of the screws, but now they're pipe connectors, you guys. So okay. Ah, comiste mucho. That's good. It's better to be stuffed than to be hungry, let me tell you. Point 22. And it's a good quality chipboard, so it's not like those recycled ones. I mean, I'm sure that this is from recycled paper, because at the end of the day, it isn't everything. But this is the good chipboard. This is not like the one that flakes off real easy. Although I do get flaking, don't get me wrong. That's the one thing that I'm kind of working on now, is trying to figure out a way that when I peel them off, for areas like this, because it's so intricate, you're always gonna get a little bit of peel back. But hopefully, since you're gonna be gluing it down, you're not gonna worry too much about that. It's not gonna be too much of a pet peeve for you. And if it is, like I said before, just glue both sides together until I can figure this whole thing out. We'll see. I don't know where this is gonna all end up at, so where it's gonna all go. I have many things on the to-do list, but I don't know if I'm gonna get them all done. So, okay, so she is basically all painted. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with these gears and these pieces. Even if I don't end up using them, I'll still paint them because I could always paint them over again later. And I always recommend again that you guys gesso these chipboards. If you gesso them, you're gonna give it much more durability and stability. If you double them, then you're really gonna get a nice thick chipboard that you're gonna be able to really, you know, be very versatile with. This is good as it is and it's thick enough where you actually, you know, you get a nice piece, but you double it up, then you'll really have a super nice piece. I didn't want to go to the trouble of doing that because I figured you might want two instead of one. And if I glue them together, I'm only going to give you one because it's really two. Yes. Oh, yes. I'm doing that now, girl. I'm doing that now. So, and I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to navigate these waters. I got my life preserver on. So let's see. So paint that, and paint this one. So again, if you wanted to use, let's say, the wings in a dimensional way that you want the wings to be visible from all angles, then I'm making right side and left side of everything. So you just have to purchase one that has right and left, or purchase the set of wings, which comes with the right and the left. And you're going to get two sets anyway, because that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to give, for those kinds of pieces, it's going to be two sets per package. So you'll have two pieces anyways that you can glue, you know, back to back, and you'll have nice sturdy wings. I know she's not going to be that tall, and I'm actually going to cut a little bit out of this. I was doing a little bit of sketching earlier. I'm going to have a full body version for her, but I didn't have time to cut it out. That's what I was going to originally use, was the full body version. And it's going to be the same hairstyle, same everything, with the wings and everything. But I didn't get a chance to cut it out. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need two, but better safe than sorry. Okay. Alrighty. So I think that's more than enough for what I need. And I'm gonna work on her face and all of that stuff now. Let me dry this real quick. I don't think I'm gonna need this brush anymore. What time is it? 9:43. As much as I say I don't want these videos to last forever, I cannot help myself. So we're gonna kind of build her up right now, because we have to build her up before we glue her down. So let's see. I know that I have wanted to take something out of here. What's this one? Yeah. All right. So I want to take off from under her breast and just kind of curve that out a little bit. Because this one was designed to be at the edge of something, but I'm actually going to have her up. So I'm just going to cut this edge off right here a little bit to just give her a little bit of curve so she doesn't look so weird. And just going to curve the back out just a little bit. Just give the back a little curve. Just a little curve. Let me go ahead and staz on the edges. I know I'm not catching the whole thing. It's okay. Okay. No more vodka in my strawberry. Well, those are coming. Those are coming, my friend. Those are coming. Okay, so let me grab my canvas. I need to see how much space I actually have. So I'm gonna size her up, start gluing. I'm not gonna glue her down, but I'm gonna size her up and just figure out what goes where. Oh, I forgot to paint the wing. I gotta paint the wing still. This part of it is gonna go right here. So let me glue this. Remember, she's gonna have a gown on as well. She's gonna have a little toga. A little makeshift toga she's gonna have. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then I think I painted the big one. I think I need the small one. And we're just gonna do the same thing and add. I think I got the wrong lever, but let me see. Do I have a smaller lever here? Now I'm calling a lever, you guys. I have no idea. You guys are gonna see the names once they're up on the screen. Names are subject to change. Okay, I think I'm gonna paint this, and I have to paint the wing gray as well. So I think I'm gonna do that like that. Put her there. Her wings are gonna be kind of here. And again, this is inspired by that stamp or that image of kind of like that she's half a person and then the rest of it is kind of steampunkish. That's basically the inspiration for how I'm making this canvas. But you can feel free to use her however you wish. Okay, so we got that. And I think I'm gonna cut this part of it off from the bottom. So that she has like the stand, right? She's gotta have like a stand. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Like this. Let me cut a little bit off this end. And then hopefully I can fit that in perfectly. Yay, I can. All right, so let me glue this down. The details for this is gonna come after. Hopefully you guys can see. Math is always the trickiest one, right? All right, her, I can't glue her down, but at least I know where she's gonna go. And in the meanwhile, what I can do is add the gear. Well, I'm gonna put this, since I'm gonna put this here, I think I should put this here so that it's like you can turn the knob in the bottom, you can turn the knob and she goes up. Oh my God, Ada, thank you. That's so amazing of you. Wow. Thank you so much. So let's see. So what am I gonna do? Okay, let me go ahead and paint that and I'm gonna come back to this. So you see, you can make your own versions of things. You can be inspired by something and create your own version of it. It's perfectly okay to do so. Where's the little piece? And I need to paint the wings. What did I do with the wings? You guys, you see the wings? Does anybody see my wings? What did I do with my wings? I just had them. Oh, they're on the canvas. Hello, Carmen. Welcome back to America, my friend. Let's go, let's go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint this. I'll just add some paint there. And I thought I wasn't gonna be using my brush again, and I am. So let me draw my brush. And let me just go into this piece here because I'm gonna need to do this as well. And again, this is the lever. This is gonna be the turning lever. Oh, I need a circle, right? I needed a circle for the other one. So I need a circle for this one too. Do I need a big one? Is this one good enough? Yeah, let's get it. So this is how we're gonna build it. Our circle. Now let's do our wings. Oh, and I cannot wait to get funkadelic with these wings. What? I cannot wait to get funkadelic with these wings. I'm gonna add sprays and I'm gonna add I don't know what else I'm gonna add, but maybe some glitter, maybe some sprays and some glitters. I don't want to overdo it too much. So maybe a little bit of that black spray and maybe some glitter, some of my glitter paint, or maybe some metallic paint. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I gotta speed this baby up, you guys, as I'm running on late now. All right, so let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that, and let's spray this and spray that and get this all going. Okay, so this one I don't think I'm gonna need. And I already put down the base of that. I don't think I'm gonna need this one either. So I can actually start to spray her down just a little bit. So I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I'm gonna cover her face because I don't want her face to get all crazy. So I'm gonna cover her face. I'm gonna cover her face like so. Everything else I don't really care so much of it. You know, it gets inked up. And this is basically what I wanted to have, kind of like that grungy, almost like a water effect type of look. Just make sure I get the bottom over here, and let's dry this up just like that. Hold this down. I want her to have kind of like statuesque kind of vibe, but at the same time have like that metallic grunge. Okay. So we have that. Now let me go ahead and grab a little bit of this pearl moss. It's very light. So I think this is what I'm going to use to kind of metallic-y, make her face a little bit metallic-y. My hands are dirty. My hands are dirty, so I'm just going to dab a little bit on my finger. I'm going to grab her up, and I'm just going to kind of get her in there. And you can totally do this with a brush or a blending tool, whatever you have. She's supposed to be robotic to a certain extent, so she's got to have some type of sheen to her, right? We add it on the bra, on the arm. I'm going to add it on the parts that I know are going to be exposed. This is the arm area here, so I know this is going to be kind of like exposed. And then I'm going to grab some of this copper so that I can bring some of the copper to the other side of the canvas. And with that copper, I'm going to do like the edges. So I'm going to thin it out as thin as I can. And I'm just going to pull in. And again, I want her to have that metallic-y kind of glow to her. I'll do to both sides. And she's only gonna get like the instance that she's got her face. I'm not gonna get detailed with her face. Because she probably has a very robotic looking face, right? Her hair is made of wires, copper wires to be exact. All right, we might as well finish the storyline. Kind of just add that in there. And I'll see what else she kind of needs now. And again, this has like a different reaction with that paint. So it gives it a very cool, kind of like a resist type of effect. So she looks like she's got, you ever seen one of those pipes that get like water damage on them? So she kind of looks like a pipe that is about to get rusty, but hasn't gotten rusty all the way yet. That's kind of like what her texture of her is coming out like, which I think looks really, really cool. Let's work on this wing. I think that looks really awesome. I like that a lot. Let me see what it's gonna look like on top of this so far. I think that's gonna look really cool. What I might have to do actually is darken up some of this in the back a little bit more. Maybe add a little bit of black into the back a little bit. Let me grab some straight acrylic black paint and just add a little bit of black to that. And actually, I'm gonna use where's my blending brush? I'm gonna use my blending brush to do that because I just want the slightest amounts of black, especially where she's gonna be. I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. Yeah, baby. Now we're talking. I'm not gonna go everywhere with it. Just a little bit here and there. Just to kind of darken this up a little bit. Let's see. Well, you know, I can see that there. Right? Is that acrylic pen? No, it's not. It's a dome brush. It's a dome blender brush. So it's got like a rounded end, and it's used for like blending skin tones and all different things. Usually when I paint faces, I love to use my blending tool. But I've been finding it useful even with blending markers, to be honest with you. As long as you keep it clean, And this is the only one that I have, so I definitely keep it clean. This is one of my must-haves. This is blending brush. Okay, so I like that, and I don't think I need to worry too much about the other ones. Just adding a little bit to the tips here. Okay, I like that. It shows a lot more now, right? I'll have to go over some of the areas where the black ends, but I'll do that after. I just want to get this going so I can finish this canvas up with you guys. And I actually get to finish the whole project. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. My blending brush. Let me go ahead and clean this up real quick. Where did I put my handy dandies? Right, here's one. So you just want to make sure that you keep that dome brush free and clear of hard paint at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and add a dab of glue here somewhere so we can start kind of wrapping it around and seeing how it is exactly that we're gonna have this. And again, this is a baby wipe. You just have to dry them or let them dry. And I want to kind of ripple this up. Kind of ripple this up. Okay. And kind of ripple this up, kind of scrunch it in. I want this right here to look really pinched. Okay. I'm kind of wrapping it around. I want you to be able to see some of her chest plate here. And I'm going to scrunch it up again so that it can have like texture there. And I'm going to wrap it up behind her. I'm going to stick it through the little hole that I've made here. And then I have to incorporate the other piece into this as well. Just kind of making sure that this is very snug. I'm going to rip these edges off. Remember, she's a tattered angel. She's not your average Macy's shopper. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of break this apart a little bit. Just kind of pull it out and just remove any little pieces that look weird and wonky. Where's my other piece? Right here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to put this in through here for the same hole. And the hole doesn't come with the stencil, you guys. The hole is something that I did after. So before I fandangle that, let me fandangle this part here. I will let you guys know right now that I'm not sure if I'm going to go live on Saturday. It all depends. because like I said, I have supplies coming in, and I'm gonna be busy working at filling in whatever's left over to fill in, and also trying to give myself a head start. So hopefully I'll have time, or I'll have energy, better said, I'll have energy to come and do the live on Saturday. But I'll let you guys know. If you follow me on Facebook and stuff, I usually put my notifications up there and let you guys know what I'm going to be doing or not doing. So just keep an eye out for that. I had a little piece around here somewhere. Pull that in. This is why it's good to save those little bits and pieces, because you never know where you're going to need those. Just fill that in right there. Yes. Right? Loving it so far. And I should have made more baby wipes. I think, oh, I got another piece of it. I'm like, I should have made more. Okay, I was going to say, I know I have more. Where the heck is the other piece? All right, so again, I'm going to just tatter this up and kind of just pull at it and just kind of break it up a little bit. The reason I don't cut into it with the scissors because I want it to have like a natural kind of frayed look to it. I don't want it to have like straight edges. I want it to look kind of, you know, different. Okay. Okay, so this one I want to kind of have that framing out her arm a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of put that there so that we know that she has an arm and it's there somewhere. We just don't know where her hands are. So she didn't have no hands. Not this one anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and glue another piece in here. First of all, let me kind of glue that down. And then let me glue a little bit of glue in here so that I can kind of tuck this in. And I'm sorry I'm not answering any questions. Pick up and kill. What? Okay, I missed something all the way. I missed something for sure. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to wrap it again to the back because I'm trying to give her that frame, that silhouette that she's got, you know, some type of lady curves happening here. Her maker was not playing with her. He was like, we need to give you some curves. Bum, bum, bum. Right? All right. So here, actually, here I'm going to cut a little bit just to kind of facilitate my life right now. And I'm just going to kind of pull that out towards the back. Kind of leave that out like that. Right? I like it. I think it looks very weird. And that's exactly what I was going for. It's weird. So I accomplished that. I accomplished that for sure. Okay. I gotta get some kind of a jewel or something to put this. Let me see what I find over here. Add a flower. Can I add a flower there? I don't know. I don't know. What happened to those trims that I was gonna use? These trims. Maybe this one. Where does this thing start? I want to use this one. Okay, right here. It looked like a maternity dress if I put that thing on there. So I don't know if I want to wear it, if I want her to wear that. I don't know. Maybe around her hair. See, that's another cool thing. I made sure that when I did her butt, I left you guys room that if you wanted to add a ribbon to her hair, you can. So I'm going to add that on her hair. And then I'm going to add her wings. And then we're going to put her in place. And I'll see what I have in my stash later on and put something there. I'm not going to leave her like that. And this is what I mean. I like working with bigger pieces, you guys. It's just easier for my hands to be able to have enough place and enough room to create in, because I need a lot of space to add all these different layers that I add. Right? She looks tattered, and once I add her wings, then she's gonna really look nice. Tiny gears. Oh yeah, tiny gears. Maybe I have some tiny gears. Ada, is that Ada again? Yep, you're on a roll today. You are on a roll today, my friend. Okay, let's see. My bag of metals. My container of metals. Right there. Pow! How you like me now? Yes. Yes, my friend. Yes. I think so. I think so. I like it. I think so. I like it. Is that too much? Maybe like right here. I think so. I like it. And I got these tiny little gears from Monica. And I might need another hookup, my friend, because I'm running out. Let me know if you still have some. I need them tiny tinies. Them tiny tinies. All right, so I like that, right? That works. That works. That works. That works for me. That works. And not for nothing, I always liked the way that I crafted before. I am loving to the maximum capacity the projects that I'm kicking out right now. Let me tell you. I'm not going to lie. I am loving it. Loving it, loving it. It's like a whole different level. At least it feels like that to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so overexcited that I'm overthinking it. I like that, right? The little gear right there. She kind of looked a little prego to me, but I don't know. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to go crazy, because then I'll never stop going crazy. Okay, let me put this canvas up here. And let me add a little bit of copper to these wings here. What time is it? Oh my goodness. I've been 2.5 hours, right? I know it seems like a lot to me. When I see that it hits 10 o'clock or it's getting close to being like 10 o'clock, I start panicking because in my mind, I'm still going live at 7. So when I see the time, I'm like, oh my God, I think I've been here forever. Yeah, so if you have, just let me know. Or whenever you do your next D-stash, I'll be on the lookout because I'm in need of those little ones. I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need them. The other ones I can pretty much find, but those little ones is like, what? I never trust it. I don't want to get the ones that are like for nails and they're like teeny, teeny, tiny. I need the bigger ones. Like that, you know, not that big. Which is so crazy for me because I don't even like to work with teeny tiny stuff, but those little tiny gears is amazing. Like they're so cute. I feel like what I have to add to this one, since I didn't add any glitter anywhere, is this teal glitter. That's what my brain is telling me. So let's see. Just gonna add a little bit of this glitter on some of these balls. Just make them shine. Give them a little bit of bling. And I don't know if this is a make it or break it moment, but we're gonna go with it. Just gonna kind of glitter up the whole edge of this wing here. And this glitter paint, it gets really clumpy, so you kind of have to play with it a little bit when you lay it down so that you can get it exactly in the places that you want the glitter to be. Otherwise, you're not gonna get it exactly where you want it. You have to kind of like glide it over in certain areas. It's very loose. So I'm just gonna kind of put that over like so. And this is gonna make it sparkle. I like that. I like that a lot. Weirdo me, I'm gonna just add a little bit more. What? Everything is still kind of wet. And do that. Okay. Wow. I mean, we don't go out much ourselves. We're homebodies in essence, but we still like to be able to order Chinese food. Like we can't even order Chinese food right now. All of the spots are closed. All we can get is pizza. I don't want no more pizza. I don't want it. I don't. I don't want to put it in the oven. I don't want to put it in the microwave. I don't want a delivery. I don't want it DiGiorno. I don't want no more pizza. Please. I can't take it. I cannot take it. I'm telling you, I'm going to lose my mind. Somebody gives me pizza one more time. Okay. Once I do this, you guys, we are finito with this project. I'm going to look through my words real quick and come out with some kind of phrase to go with this. Only because I have them out already, so I'm just going to glue it on. I'll add whatever little embellishments I got to add to that in a minute. Let's glue our baby in place. You guys can't really see too well all the glitter. Well, maybe you can see it there. I can't tell how well you guys can see it on the camera or not. But I am going to glue her in place. As far as propping her up, I think she's dimensional enough with all the stuff that she's got glued up behind her, so I'm just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it, you guys. So I have to line it up with this down here and then glue her down. I didn't glue her hair yet. I just glued her face and her body, just to make sure that everything was everything. Just grab the canvas from the other side and just push. Make sure that glue grips well. Anything that I see lifting now is the time to glue it. Okay, so we have that. I've got my wings. And I think my wings are going to show better if I add black. So I'm going to add a little bit of black behind the area where I'm going to have my wings. So I'm going to glue a little bit of it now so that I can at least have it in place, I guess. Then I'll finish gluing it in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to put this kind of like that. And then let me just kind of do that. Just kind of do that. Oh, that's not all the way dry yet. So Carmen, be careful. You guys are gonna see it. I'm gonna take a long time. Well, you won't see it, but I'm gonna end up taking a long time just shadowing in all these areas that I need to shadow up over here. Okay, so for her wings, I want these flares up, but I do want her wing to be secure, so I'm gonna glue this part. And I want all her other little bits, you know, kind of free flowing. Okay, you guys, and I have just this thing here to add. Let me add some copper paint, some blue paint that I have here. Might as well just use it. Okay, let me go ahead and glue two ends of this and put it maybe right there. You have to get more glue. That wasn't enough glue in there. Let's do this again. Right there. And then let me get this little circle here. Side. A little bit of that, a little bit of black. Let's glue that in place. Then let's grab our little lever. Oh, the teeny tiny ones. those small little gears like the ones you sent me when I got that lot from you. It doesn't have to be now though, so don't worry. I'm not like in a rush for them. Just if you still selling or you still have to sell, just let me know, and I will greatly appreciate that because I would like to buy some more. Okay, so and we're gonna put this valve right here. This makes her go longer or go shorter. So when she's gotta reach something that's way up high and she can't reach it, then the master turns on the knob, and that's how she reaches everything that's higher. And this canvas is officially done, you guys. All I'm going to do now is just add the sentiment. And she is finito. So I had asked earlier for a name. And I got the suggestion of Mystic. What is it? Mystic Misty. Do you still think that that name holds true to her style? Let's see if I find something. Use your wings. That's so she don't have to keep climbing. She could just fly to the top. Use your wings, right? I like that. I don't know if I like it there though. Maybe there, right? Remember this. Use your wings. What do you guys think? Remember this up there, and then we have use your wings down there, right? Maybe in the centers here, but before I do any of that, I need to, what do I need to do? I don't know. Let me grab some of this brown and just kind of do these edges real quick, just so that they're not the way that they are now. I have to see if I have any bling in here, but I might put the bling on and just share the video after the fact. I mean, share the pictures. You know how I do, you guys. I share the pictures on Facebook and on my Instagram, and sometimes even on my community post. Although for right now, I think I'm just gonna stay in my community post area to really just put up like the giveaways that I'm gonna be doing, because I don't want to get people hella confused. So I'm just gonna be putting up, like, you know, when I put pictures up, like, so when I put the next round of things that I'm gonna be giving away, I'll add it there. For right now, I have a few already that I'm giving away, and I want to make sure that I get the store open and everything. It's copacetic before I start offering more. But there is more coming. I like that. So remember this, use your wings. She has like a very grungy, kind of metallic look to her. The bottom, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you can see. I might add more. I think I'm gonna make more and add more draping, or I might just cut this draping off a little bit. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe I'll make it kind of like a coat tail and just kind of make it come off the side like so. I kind of like that too. I might like that a little bit better. Make it kind of come off the side. So I might do a little bit of adjusting with this. Not too much. I kind of like it the way it is, as it is now. So with that being said, you guys, I want to thank you all so very much for joining me today. As you guys know, I'm having a giveaway. I'm not going to keep saying this in every single video, but since this is the very recent one after the other video that I did, just going to give you guys a quick reminder. Everybody that participated in the live today is going to be included in the giveaways that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing picking people out of all of the videos that have to do with you know, my chipboards and stuff like that. So if you come back to the video after the live is done and comment again, then you're going to be entered into it twice, okay? So I want to thank you all so much for being here. I'm so excited. Yes, I am. And I love how this came out. This is so like different for me, but still similar. Same, but not same. So I want to say thank you all so much for being here. Have a blessed night. I don't know if I'm going to be here on Saturday, but I'll let you guys know. Either way, just know that if I'm not here on Saturday, it's because I'm working on what I need to be working on so that I can bring to you guys what I got to bring to you guys. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Bye.